Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is May. On today's video I'll be showing you how to make the Bubu Kaftan gown that is on the thumbnail. Yes, but the neckline will actually differ. This is the neckline I want for my gown. So if you're interested in this video, kindly keep watching, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. And if you're new to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on post notification to get notified whenever I post a new video. So moving over to the video,
I'll be making use of 45 inches, which is the length of an Ankara fabric, and I'll be using this Tassel to complete my length, and I'll be putting on fold twice 2 yards 29 inches, which I want to cut the front and back together, and I want to trim out this edge, this white edge, and I will come down by half an inch, and I will want to use 3 inches for the neck width, and I will come down by 1 inch for the neck depth for the back, but I actually later changed it to 1.5 inch, so I will change it, which you will see later. And I'll be making use of 3 inches. I'll be coming down by 3 inches for the neck depth, yes, and I will curve my neckline, and I will also come down by 3 inches for the slit for the front neckline. Yes, I will do that, and I will cut it out when I want to cut out the front neckline, and I will have total of 6 inches for the front neckline. So the next thing to do is to go by the other side, and I will go down from that half an inch. I'll go down by 1 inch, then I'll use my long ruler to connect from the neck width to that 1 inch, just like I am doing right now. I'll connect the lines together. Yes, at that 1 inch I'll go down by 12 inches, which will serve as my round sleeve. I'll go down by 12 inches. Yes, this is the Tassel I'll be working with. Some people call it fringes, but I choose to call it Tassel. To know the body measurement you're going to be using, you have to fold your Tassel into two. Fold it into two, then you take your measurement, whatever measurements you have here. When you fold it into two, you also divide that measurement by 2. Remember, your fabric is unfold twice, so you doing it this way is basically you dividing the Tassel measurement by 4. So whatever measurement you have, you divide it by 2, just like I am doing now. So you use your tape and place the measurement at the down part of your fabric, just like I am doing now. You mark it out, then you go up to that part where you came down by 12 inches, then you mark out the same measurement at that part. Yes, you come down by 12 inches, you mark out the same measurement. Yes, then you mark it all the way down. Yes, that will be serving as your body measurement. This is the body measurement you'll be working with. So you choose how many inches you want to use for your Tassel, then you divide it by 4. That is how to determine how big you want your gown to be. Whether you want it to be smaller, you can actually want this to be smaller, but this is the measurement I really want to work with. So you mark everything down, then you connect it with a long ruler. You connect the whole lines, you connect all the whole lines together. So connect it just like I am doing right now. So once you are done, you come up to that part again, you add your sewing allowance, which I am working with 1 inch. I will mark out 1 inch at that point. I didn't want to add everything in my measurements, so that is why I had to do it this way, so that you understand better. So you mark out the whole 1 inch from that place down, then you connect the lines together. Connect it just like I am doing right now. Connect the lines together. So this is the measurements, the whole measurement I have for the gown. I have already placed the measurements I want. The next thing to do is at that sewing allowance part, you come down by 1.5. Then at the round sleeve part, you mark out 1 inch, just like I'm doing, and connect the lines together. Once you are done, you go to the round sleeve part and you come in by 2 inches, and that will serve as the sewing allowance. You fold it half inch and 1.5 inch. that is for your seaming allowance. So you move over to making the necessary cuttings. Yes, so the first thing to do is to cut out the back neck line. Once you're done doing that, you cut out the shoulder. Yes, cut out the shoulder, and you cut out this part too. Yes, from the sewing allowance, you cut out this part. Do it very gently so you don't make any mistakes. Run your scissors carefully on those parts you marked out with your check. Yes, just like I am doing now. So the next thing to do is to separate the back from the front. You separate your back from the front. Yes, just like I'm doing right now. The next thing to do is to cut out the curved part for the front neckline. So once you're done cutting it out, yes, you open up your slit. You can choose to go down more than 3 inches, but I choose to work with 3 inches. Yes, we'll be making use of facing for this actual gown. So you can see the slit. I've already opened the slit, so you put it on fold again, then get another fabric, you put it on fold this way, then you get your front part, place it this way. Yes, you place it this way. So the next thing to do is you get your tape. From the down part of that fabric, you go up by 3 inches. Yes, you go up by 3 inches. Make sure your measurements are correct while cutting out or while folding. So you make it this way. Yeah, mark out your 3 inches. At that part where your slit stopped, you place it on that place where you marked with your check. Yes, so once you are done doing that, you use your tape and also measure at the shoulder part. You measure out 3 inches. Yes, then use your check to mark out the neckline. Yes, to trace it. Once you're done tracing it, yes, you make a curve just like I am doing now to that down part. You make a curve down to the down part. So you use your scissors and cut this out. You're done cutting out the facing for the front. Yeah, you cut it out just this way. Yeah, then we move over to opening of the slit. Remember, you're going down with 3 inches, so you open the slit just like I am doing now. Then you get the front part of your fabric, then you place the slit the right side facing right side. Yes, because that is how you sew the slit. So you use your pin to hold this together. So the next thing to do is to move over to the back part. So you get your fabric, put it on fold just like I am doing now. Get the back part, put it on fold also. Then you place it on that fabric. Yes, place it on the fabric. Then at the down part, you measure 3 inches just like you measured the front one. You measure 3 inches. Then you place your neckline on that 3 inches. But at this part, that was where I actually went down by half an inch again, making it the total of 1.5. If you remember, when we started making this video, I told you I later went down by 1.5. This is where I actually did that. So I cut out the half inch, which I went down with again, making it a total of 1.5 inches. Then you place it this way on that fabric which you'll be using to cut out your facing. Place it very well. Yes, then you go to the shoulder part, you mark out 3 inches, then you trace the neckline just like we did to the first part. You trace it very well, then you curve it just like I am doing right now. So you cut this out. Once you're done cutting it out, you get the back part, you place it right side facing right side, then you pin it down. Remember, you're going to be using half an inch to join this. Yes, you'll be using half an inch to join this. Then you also remember to top stitch. Yes, so we are done joining this. This is the front part. We are done joining the facing for the front part, and you also remember to weave this part and tack it. Yes, I have already gone ahead to join the back facing. Yes, I top stitched and I also notched to have a very flat neckline. Yes, I notched it pretty well. I have already gone ahead to use gum stay to iron that 2 inches we'll be using for the folding for the round sleeve. I've already used gum stay to iron it out because I want it to be very firm, and I'll be folding it 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches. Yes, that is what I'll be using to seam that part. So we are done doing this part. We go over to the neckline for the front. We turn it over just like I am turning it right now. I will get my front and back and place it right side facing right side, because I would want to pin down my shoulder, because I wouldn't want my shoulder joining to be seen. So I'll be making the fold just the way I am doing it now. I'll fold it this way. I'll be wrapping the back with the front just like I am doing. I'll be using my pin to hold this down because I wouldn't want it to shift while I am sewing. So I'll be seaming this down to the round sleeve part here. I'll be making use of 1/2 inch to do that. So I will do the seaming on both sides, yes, for the left and the right part. So I'll also fold the other part this way, because remember I told you guys I want my joining to be invisible. I don't want it to be seen. At this point, I am done joining every part that needs to be joined. I've joined the shoulders. You see how it's looking? Yes, I've seamed the round sleeve just this way, and I seamed the sides. I used 1 inch to seam the sides. Yes, I've done that. So I've also seamed the down part. I'm done joining the 2 sides, but I left one side few inches open, so I won't encounter any difficulty joining my tassel. So I'll be using pin to hold this down all through the edges of my gown. So I'll be using my pin to hold this down, so it will help me to sew this very, very neatly. So guys, I'm basically done joining my tassel. This gown came out so perfectly. I'm so loving it, and joining the tassel was a hard nut to crack actually. So if you are new to this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, and if this video was helpful to you, so guys, share, like. Thank you so much.